Hi, and welcome to What's Good Cincinnati. Thanks for joining us for another episode. I'm your host, Ralph Hoover.
And I'm Joe Lunsford. All right, today we're going to discuss how movies sometimes give us the wrong information. Sometimes you learn things from movies that are kind of unbelievable, or it could probably get you locked up. We're going to discuss a couple of these things.
There are so many things that can be taken from movies. Good ideas, bad ideas, memorable scenes, and memorable lines. But a lot of the things, if you do it in real life, could get you in a lot of trouble. So what kind of movie scenes stick out in your head, like things that you kind of wanted to try but kind of figured it would get you in trouble?
Yeah, there's been a lot of them. Actually, I've been forced to watch a lot of romantic comedies.
What guy hasn't?
Yeah. So, kind of goes back to things that almost become like borderline stalking. Like, they look really cool in the movie, but if you were to do this in real life, you'd probably end up in jail.
It's that shit, like, you're watching a movie with your girlfriend, and she's like, why can't you do that for me?
And because if I did that, you'd have me locked up.
Right.
If you didn't see it, it's that thing about seeing it in a movie first. They get to see both sides of it. They know what both people are thinking and how they feel. So then when it happens, it's cute and cuddly. If I'm standing outside your house at 2 o'clock in the morning with a boombox.
If you're standing outside my house at 2 o'clock in the morning with a boombox, I'm going to shoot you.
Okay. Like I'm saying, the whole thing of, everybody's like, oh, that's so romantic. Probably not. If you actually did that in real life, no. Yeah, you'd probably end up in jail.
See, with scenes like that, all they're showing is the girl up in the window, and the guy down there, and then they don't show the neighbors, I'm calling the cops! So.
And the worst thing that could happen, flash mob breakout. That's a dumbass idea if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, no kidding. What about Breakfast Club? You go running around the school.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I'll tell you the thing I always wanted to do, like go back and look at the Breakfast Club, like the shit those kids got away with.
Oh man.
And that was a cool looking school.
Yeah, it was.
Where we went to school looked like castles compared to that shit. And we was in high school in the 90s.
Yeah.
Their high school in the 80s even better than ours.
Well, see, I actually tried some of this shit in Breakfast Club.
Like throwing the P&B up on the statue?
No, running down the hallway and trying to slide.
Oh, the way they did?
Yeah. You don't just go, you go.
Yeah, you stop abruptly.
That hurt.
Yeah, it looked like it did.
I think I broke my elbow in my wrist or something.
What was actually the coolest part about that was them smoking pot in the library.
Yeah.
And nobody noticed it.
Yeah, really.
Cool, maybe they didn't know what to smell.
Yeah. Hey, what is that smell? Is somebody baking cookies?
Things I've seen in movies that I would like to do, but I'd be afraid I'd go to jail for. Hacking up people at a camp. How great would that be?
Getting into somebody's head with sharp fingers. And a hat.
I got the hat.
Yeah. Close enough.
Striped sweater.
Yeah.
And some burned skin.
And again. Yeah, I mean, blowing up police stations. Yeah, that's not going to get you arrested.
Nah. Well, actually, it depends on how many other cops are close by.
Yeah, right.
At the police station.
Ramping a police car into a helicopter.
Yeah, I've never really wanted to do that.
I thought it'd be kind of cool.
What I thought was cool was Harold and Kumar, where they're all stoned riding on a cheetah.
Yeah.
I always thought that'd be cool.
Yeah. I don't, get the cheetah high and, hey man, hop on for a ride.
And that's like, in the movies, they set unrealistic expectations too.
Oh yeah.
Like even on TV shows, like King of Queens, loved the show. Don't think that would really happen. Yeah. Kevin James is a little bit bigger than I am, a little less good looking too, and his wife on that show is insanely hot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not something you typically see. Like, they teach in the movies, as long as you're a good person, and you do things the right way, you'll get the hot chick.
Yeah. Well, see, I tried that because you know me when I was younger. I used to be a scrawny, right?
Yeah.
And so you know that I used to be scrawny. Now I'm bigger, and I try to do things the right way, and I didn't get stuck with a hot chick.
Yeah. Well, see, these movies usually only show you two where they fall in love. I want to see the movie afterwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? After he's done all the romantic stuff.
Yeah.
20 years later, I want to see that movie.
Yeah. 8 kids, a divorce decree.
You know, not only that, and then his kid's out on the lawn with the boom box, and then he goes to jail.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want to
like, hey, Henry, man, that shit ain't gonna work.
see. Your dad setting you up, buddy.
Yeah, no kidding. That shit ain't gonna work, man. Use the CD player. Use your car. It's more modern.
So, you're a plant.
Yes.
What kind of plant are you?
I don't know.
Why don't you?
Well, my mama was a dandelion. My daddy, well, he was a fern plant.
All right, so what part of the world are you from?
Well, I got a. Hey, what are you doing to me, touching in my bowl?
Mexico.
Well, I got a tag down there in my roots that says Mexico. But
Down in my roots.
what y'all doing?
Why are you talking to little green plants?
Yeah. You know I'm a big motherfucker. I'm always in the background of shit. Y'all never talk to me. Y'all never ask me what I'm feeling. What's wrong with y'all people?
All right, man, we got to find something better to do. I'm losing my mind here. Between two fucking talking plants and a fat guy rolling on the floor, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Today we're sitting here with former competitive eater and executive chef Joe LaRue. How you doing?
Hey, Ralph.
So how long have you been doing competitive eating?
I started competitive eating in the late 90s. It was at a little festival in upstate New York called the Marathon Maple Festival, and they had this all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. Loved it. Used to go there every year for the pancake breakfast. And one year I was talking to the lady who ran the breakfast, and I said, you guys ought to have a pancake eating contest. And she said, well, we just did. The winner ate 23 pancakes. Can you imagine that? And I was thinking I had just eaten 27 pancakes, about a dozen eggs, a pound or so of sausage, and I think probably 2 quarts of milk. I said, where do I sign up? And the next year I won with 26, and that was it. Started my career.
You've done how many contests?
Hundreds.
Hundreds?
Hundreds of contests, yeah.
And won?
I have 3 world records right now. The Court Mall Food record, which is 110 ounces of mall food in 10 minutes. I have the Carnegie Deli pickle record, world's record, of 4 pounds of sourdough Carnegie Deli pickles in 5 minutes. And probably my most coveted is the corn on the cob world record of 46 ears in 12 minutes.
Jeez. Now the pickle thing. See, I'm not a big pickle fan, but I can imagine just the after effect of all them pickles.
Well, pickles are kept in a brine, and let me put it this way: you don't want to go very far from a bathroom after eating 4 pounds of pickles.
I can imagine. Yeah. And now, when did you stop doing your competitive eating, and what made you stop doing it?
Well, my last contest was in November, and I retired after doing a little show here in Cincinnati. And what made me stop was just health reasons. I'm 52 years old, not getting any younger. It's getting more difficult for me to keep my weight in check, and I want to lose about 100 pounds now. I started in the beginning of the year. I'm down about 20. So I'm using some of my culinary knowledge to start doing things differently, eating different.
And so a lot of your cooking, is that more geared toward the healthier way of eating, or do you kind of mix it up, or how do you do it?
Well, when people start to go on diets, the reason that diets don't work is because they deprive themselves of the things that they love. My whole theory in me trying to lose weight is modifying what I eat and how I eat it. We can take a lot of different things. For example, the things that I'm cutting out are fats. I have to cut out beef because of the cholesterol in it, and a lot of the white grains like bread, white bread, things like that. Empty carbs.
What would you, I mean, for people that are on certain diets that might not seem to them to be working, like what kind of advice would you give them to, be able to eat healthier but still be able to eat the things that they like to eat?
For the longest part of my competitive eating career, in my life for that matter, excesses were everything, and moderation was non-existent. But now I have to learn moderation. Moderation is more than everything. I'm going from eating whatever I wanted, how much of whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, to, I call it eating like a normal person. I'm watching the fats. I cut out any of the bad fats, any of the fats that have the HDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol. I mean, I still use oils, and I still use some of the things like that, but the oils I use are an olive oil, and it's a good antioxidant. And I use grapeseed oil, which is another one which has a lot of the LDL cholesterol in it, which helps get rid of the bad cholesterol.
Okay, and so basically those are the healthier oils, the
Yes.
better oils.
Yes.
Okay. I need to write some of that stuff down because I need to start eating a little bit healthier myself.
Well, we'll work on you.
All right. Now, what actually made you decide to become a chef?
Well, the decision to become a chef started probably when I was 8 years old, watching public television back in the late 60s, and I was watching Justin Wilson and Graham Kerr and Julia Childs, and watching them and create all these dishes. And I said, I just was in wonderment how they did that. And at that point in time, my childhood dream was to be a chef. So, and it didn't happen until later on. Well, I worked in the restaurant industry for about 10, 12 years when I was younger. And in the town that I grew up, very small town, not a lot of culinary going on right there, and I got very disenchanted with the whole deal. I went and did other things, business management and such. When I was living in Florida, I had cooked a meal for somebody, and they said, "You work so well in the kitchen, your movements are fluid, and everything tastes wonderful. How come you're not a chef somewhere?" The light bulb went off, and I quit my job and went to culinary school. Rest is history.
And now you have YouTube videos.
There's a few out there, yeah.
A couple of them I have listed. There's Atlas and Jammin. Do you eat a 10-pound pizza?
Yeah, my friend Randy Santel and I went to Bloomington, Indiana, and we pounded down a 10-pound pizza in just a little over 11 minutes.
Now, I mean, how big was that?
About like this.
Jesus. That's a lot of pizza.
Well, if you want to try one like that, there's one in Alexandria. Not quite 12 pounds. I think it lists about 7.5, 8 pounds. Give it a shot. It's only 24 inches.
Yeah, have to check that out sometime. And that's coming from me just now saying, yeah, I need to eat healthier, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, that's something I'd like to check out sometime. I mean, because I'm a big pizza eater, so I mean, about every weekend at work, we'll get together, toss our money together, and we'll order a couple pizzas at work, and they're gone real quick. And I'm like one of the ones that's eating it so damn quick. But those are only the little. Well, they're larges, but they're only like that big.
Sounds like a competition waiting to happen.
No kidding.
But we can hook you up with one of those pizzas. But the whole thing is going to be balance.
Right.
I mean, to use up what you put in. I have a very good friend of mine, and he's a bodybuilder. He can sit down and eat an 8-pound plate of pasta without even thinking about it, and he doesn't have an ounce of fat on him. And he's using up those calories in the gym and in activity. So
right.
It's all balance.
Yeah, I mean, and from what I understand, you know, if you eat, like you eat a big meal or something like that, and then you work it off, you know, you go work out or you go running or you do whatever to some kind of exercise to burn the calories off. And from what I understand, that's where a lot of people fall into the not staying fit category, if you will, because they'll eat a big meal, but then they'll go and sit and watch TV immediately thereafter and just let them calories sit and absorb.
Well, that's, you know, I'm going to say that that's not always bad if you're on a regular regimen of physical fitness.
Right.
I mean, if you've gone to the gym earlier that day, you've eaten a big meal, you deserve to sit down and relax.
Right, right. But there are some people though that don't hit the gym.
No, I agree with you.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, and I'm bad about that.
So I got this.
It's the same way, but I mean, I'm real bad about that. I'm a couch potato. I'll admit it. I get home, I tend to get lazy, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do nothing.
Well, it's funny because even you know, I was up to a little over 350. I weighed out last night at 331. Even 20 pounds is making a big difference. I feel more energy, you know, all the way around. So little bits, you're going to notice differences.
Right. And now you have another video I have listed is for a casting call for Man versus Food.
Yes, my friends at Izzy's had the good graces to allow me to do a casting call for the Man versus Food program. Problem was, as soon as they found out I was a pro, they didn't allow me to be on the program. But what that did do is it did get Izzy's noticed, and the people were grateful. The people at Izzy's were grateful on that. And it did get to be on one of the programs. One of the eaters they had there tried to do the 110 Reuben Challenge. If you've watched the program, see, he didn't quite make it. He gave it a gallon effort, but I didn't get to him quick enough to give him the right, the right stuff. I did do it, and that's why I was confident to go on the show to be able to do it. So it didn't work out, but it's out there. It's on YouTube. You can see it.
Now there's actually two of them that are labeled casting call. Are those the same one?
Yeah, one's just a shorter version.
Okay. And another one was for True Hunger.
True Hunger. At the No Theater in Cincinnati, there's an ongoing series called True Theater. The next show that they're putting on, I believe, is True Motherhood. And they pick a subject and invite 4 or 5 people to come down and speak on how that subject relates to them. So in the True Hunger series, I was invited there, and I spoke about how competitive eating relates to me, and how it satisfies, my hunger inside.
One more that I don't have listed that I do remember seeing is one where you you were on a stage or a stage area, and you were talking about all the, well, not all of them obviously, but some of the competitions that you've done.
Part of the True Hunger.
Okay, that
Yeah.
was part of the True Hunger?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was just an excerpt of it. And it was part of the program in which I was reading off of cards what my accomplishments in eating were. A lot of them were just challenges from around town. The Bardzilla, +3, 13 third-pound patties at Bard's Burgers in Latonia. I did that in 10 minutes. Just a bunch of different ones. The one pizza in Alexandria, it's a 2-person challenge, and when I was negotiating with the owner to have me do it by myself, he thought I was crazy, and I said I thought I could do it in about 15 minutes. I asked him for 20, so he gave me 20 minutes. Might have asked him for half an hour, but I was confident in my time, and I did his 2-person challenge, which I think the quickest time that 2 people have done it is 7 minutes, and I did it by myself in 11.
So, I mean, you would have easily, doing it by yourself, you crushed anybody anyway. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine how fast it would have been if you would have had somebody with you eating it.
Somebody who's capable, easily under 5 minutes.
So you brought some of your trophies. Now, obviously, this isn't all of them,
Not all of them.
but a few. So can you kind of tell us about the trophies?
Well, this one right here is the Carnegie Deli Pickle Eating Championship out of Las Vegas. That is the 4 pounds of Carnegie Deli pickles, and that was at the Mirage Hotel. And like I said, I didn't leave the hotel that night. I stayed very close. This is the center one is the Mall Food Championship, and that was up in Wisconsin. They haven't had another one yet, so they're waiting to see about finding a sponsor to have the Mall Championship. Wouldn't be bad to have it down here in Florence. And the one closest to you trophy is the Corn on the Cob World Record Trophy. At that.
I like the little corn man they got.
Yeah. That's about the size of the second place trophy, that one by itself. So they're big.
So now these are all first place trophies.
These are all everything here is first place.
Okay.
I've got a few second places, a few not so great finishes.
Right.
I think at Nathan's, the Nathan's Hot Dog Contest, I've been there 3 times, and the best I've done there, I think, is 30 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. That's good for mid-pack. The winner, Joey Chestnut, right now is doing 68 hot dogs in 10 minutes. So, my belt is the Hooters Wingding World Wing Eating Championship. That was 132 chicken wings in 12 minutes.
Now is that regular, mild, hot? How?
Oh, they're hot. Anybody can eat regular wings.
Well, yeah, but
And we have the Bardzilla shirt for doing the Bardzilla. We have why don't you grab that right there? The 110 Reuben Challenge shirt is the prize for doing the Izzy's 110 Reuben. And this is the Winchell's World Donut Eating Championship. That was 28 donuts in 8 minutes. And this is one of the many Nathan's. Go ahead and hold that one up. One of the many Nathan's shirts from the contest I've been in. I've been at the final show 3 times. Like I said, my best in competition was right around 30. So I have many more. I mean, I have numerous records of up in New York State for the pancakes. It's 35 pancakes in 15 minutes. I've won and lost that numerous times. Gosh, too many, way too many to remember.
I can imagine I couldn't do that many things and expect to even remember half of them. So
Right.
But yeah, I mean you did really good for really good for yourself in the whole eating thing, and you're doing real good for yourself on the chef end of it too. So
Yep.
that's and I've yet to try any of your cooking, so I'm looking forward to that.
Right.
And we had spoke last week about having you do a regular weekly segment here on the show, and we'll start with small, simple, quick, easy things, and then kind of progress on up to the more advanced, I guess.
Yeah,
Cooking.
Yeah, there's some. I like to fashion my type of cooking. What I do, I try and call it no rules cooking, and because a lot of the people that don't have a formal education in culinary don't know what the rules are, and I'll break them just to see what the results are sometimes, and a lot of times the results are good. Everything doesn't have to look like it was done by a professional chef, as long as it's good for you and it tastes good. That's the most important thing.
And I've worked in some restaurants, some fast food restaurants, where people would bring the food back because it didn't look like the picture.
Right.
And so, and that's probably one of the, well, as far as fast food goes, that's probably one of the biggest problems, I would think, as far as presentation and things like that go, because it does seem to be a little bit upsetting when you go to a restaurant and you're looking at the menu board, you're like, oh, that looks good, I want to try that, and then you get it, and it looks like it's half the meat that's shown on the picture, and it's not as pretty and sparkly, and it's like, and I never understood what people's big deal was with that. And I actually worked in a restaurant one time where they threw a fit. I mean, literally threw a fit. Where, because what I did is I put the lettuce on first, as opposed to the tomato on first. They said, "Oh, it changes the flavor." And I tried it both ways, and I'm like, it tastes the same.
I don't know who would think that kind of thing would make a difference. But you got to remember, all the pictures that you see in every restaurant, every ad, every commercial is touched up by a food stylist.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And these are people that their job is to make things look perfect.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they have tweezers and spray bottles and all these tricks that they use to make everything look just right.
And 9 times out of 10, all those pictures is plastic food anyway. So.
Well, a lot of times they're plastic, a lot of times they're real, but you go from one end of having a professional stylist set up your item and making it look perfect, and then you have a minimum wage schmuck throwing them together. So, I mean,
yeah.
And that's the difference also between dining and eating.
Right, exactly, yeah. I mean, I see that. I mean, I can understand that aspect of it. It's just the whole thing of how you put where you put the lettuce and where you put the tomato is going to affect the taste of it. And I looked at my manager when he said this, and he started flipping out. I looked at him straight in his face. Are you fucking serious? Really? I mean, come on, seriously? I was pretty much at a loss for words, and I wanted to just cuss him out, but I'm like, it was the only job I had, and I was like, I don't want to lose my job, so I'm not going to cuss my manager out.
It's sometimes it's disheartening to get what looks like a pancake with meat in the middle of it, a couple of pancakes. You look up on the picture, and there's this big juicy looking burger that's
you got
just the right amount.
Juice just kind of bubbling out a little bit, and
the onions cut perfectly, and he's just a hint of pickles.
All right, Joe. Well, thanks for coming in, and you want to come in next week? We can do some sauces or dressing or something like that, or?
Ralph, it'll be my pleasure to show you a couple little things like that. And you're welcome to come down to my kitchen anytime and see what what goes on in an industrial setting. I think it's an industrial commercial type of cooking, as opposed to my home anytime you want. We can do anything you want.
Hey, sounds great. And let's get some of these little challenges set up. Let's see how if my extent of amateur competitive eating, I should say, would how it would stand up.
You think you're man enough?
I could try. I could certainly give it a try.
Yeah, we can set up some beginner type of challenges. I mean, they're challenges. They don't have the capacity. You don't have to have the capacity of Takiro Kobayashi or Joey Chestnut, but
far from it. But
some of you will get you some things that you can do good at, and then we'll build it from there.
Sounds great. Thanks again for coming out, man.
Thank
See
you.
you next week.
Yep.
I've been asked the question, how did you become a competitive eater? And it all started very innocently at a little maple festival in upstate New York, in a town called Marathon. And they have this all-you-can-eat breakfast there. Really good breakfast. Pancakes, eggs, homemade sausage, and all the maple syrup you want. And I would go there every single year. One year in particular, some friends of mine and myself went up there, and we were having breakfast. Now, they had eaten what they wanted. I was still in the process. They wanted to go look around a little bit. And as they left, a family sat around me. They had eaten what they wanted and left. Another family sat down around me. They were in the process of getting up and leaving when my friends came back. One of them made the comment, "You out-ate 3 groups of people." So, and that's the way it was. On the way out of the breakfast, I saw one of the organizers. I said, "The breakfast is really good, but you guys ought to have an all-you-can-eat pancake contest. It'd be fun." And she says, "Well, we just did. The guy ate 19 pancakes." I thought to myself, I said, I just eaten 27 pancakes, a pound of sausage, a dozen eggs, who knows how much maple syrup. Where do I sign up? And I found out where to go. Next year I won the contest with 25 pancakes in 15 minutes. They don't let me go there anymore. I said the last contest they let me do, I did 35 pancakes in 15 minutes. And these are plate-sized pancakes, not the little ones. But excess has been a part of my life as long as I can remember. I remember my father looking in the refrigerator saying, "Do you have to make a fucking meal out of everything?" And I just look at him. All I knew was that I was just a tall, skinny kid with a never-ending appetite. I think at that point in time, I was burning like 5,000 calories a day at rest. Just bottomless stomach. I ate like Jethro Bodine from the Beverly Hillbillies. I could eat and eat and eat. When I graduated from high school, I think I was like 180, 190 pounds, 6'7", tall and skinny. My wife, when I was married then, And we used to go out to dinner on occasion, and she would bring a book. I would eat, or she would eat what she wanted. She'd go and read while I finished up. And I had a girl that I used to date, and we'd be eating somewhere, and she said, "You eat too fast and you eat too much. You should slow down and not eat so much. Eating like that's going to get you nowhere." One pint of ice cream in 58 seconds. 14 conies in 3 minutes. 2 dozen oysters in 16 seconds. 1 king cake, hands-free in 2 minutes. 1 dozen wings in 1 minute. A 1 pound hamburger, 1 pound of fries, a 20-ounce milkshake in 1:52. 7 regular hot dogs and buns in 1 minute. 13 jumbo pretzel twister pretzels in 10 minutes. 18 grilled cheese sandwiches in 10 minutes. 6 half-pound hamburgers in 12 minutes. 1 gallon of baked beans in 88 seconds. You didn't want to be around me later. 3 half-pound hamburgers and a pound of fries in 7 minutes. 3.5 pumpkin pies, hands-free, in 8 minutes. 4.5 pounds of Vienna sausage in 10 minutes. I will never eat another Vienna sausage. 16 pulled pork barbecue sandwiches in 10 minutes. 11-foot-long hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. 6.5 pounds of mall food in 8 minutes. That's a league record. 7 pounds of pasta in 10 minutes. 3 one-pound hamburgers in 8 minutes. 4+ pounds of fried catfish in 10 minutes. 4 pounds of Carnegie Deli sour pickles in 5 minutes. World record. A 24-inch 7-pound pizza in 11 minutes. 32 glazed donuts in 8 minutes. 32 Crystal Burgers, like a White Castle, in 8 minutes. The Barzilla, +3, 13 third-pound patties in 12 minutes. 30 Nathan's hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. 35 9-inch pancakes in 15 minutes. The triple bypass, 3 one-pound hamburgers with a pound of bacon, a pound of cheese, and 2 grilled cheese sandwiches in between 15 minutes. 132 chicken wings in 12 minutes. And 48 ears of corn in 12 minutes. That's a world's record standing. Suddenly the surreal started to happen. My natural ability for eating was now being measured. I found myself in the competitive eating arena, and my hunger, which was once for sustenance, now became a hunger for the lights of the competitive eating arena. And I was rising in rank as we went. What was just all consuming, what was just a consuming all proposition, now became all consuming. I had to start to learn how to eat more and more, faster and faster. And there is no school for competitive eating. It's all done by trial and error. Now, I had heard that some of the guys who were top eaters, they were drinking water to stretch their stomach out, larger quantities, like a gallon or more. So, hell, I'm gonna try this. So I lined up about 4 or 5 big glasses of ice water, and I proceeded to drink them down as fast as I could. And then I proceeded to shiver uncontrollably, because you drink a gallon of ice water, you drop your body temperature to hypothermia. Note to self, try one of water. Now, you would think that just eating is a simple process. You bite, chew, and swallow. But the famed competitive eater Takiro Kobayashi told me once that you have to learn to swallow larger and larger things and swallow quickly. So now I had to look at the whole process of eating, you know, biting the food, chewing the food, swallowing the food. So I had to learn to bite smaller so I could chew little or none at all and swallow as quickly as I could. And, you know, it sounds simple, bite, chew, swallow, but now you have to think about different foods that you're eating. I mean, you don't eat a hamburger the same way you eat a pizza or a piece of pie or a chicken wing. Every food has its own unique characteristics that you have to work on. So I'm doing my practice water. I'm learning how to eat the right foods and swallow the right foods and do all that stuff the right way. And I'm rising, you know, in the echelon of competitive eating. And I find myself ranked 7th in the world. But there's something missing. I don't have that national title that would put me right up there with the upper echelon of eaters. Now, every year down in West Palm Beach, there's a corn festival. And at this corn festival, they have a corn on the cob eating contest. So I figured I'll give that one a try. So the first year that I went, I think I did 21 or 22 years. I finished second. And I got done with the contest, and I thought to myself, I could still eat quite a bit. I still had a lot of room left, but my jaw just ached. Corn is not an easy food to eat fast, and a lot of it. It takes a lot of jaw strength, and I thought to myself, that's what I was missing. And at that point in time, I was going to the gym a lot, so I thought to myself, there's got to be something I'm missing. If I can figure out weight training for my jaw, that's it. So I figured out this device that I could suspend for my jaw, and I hang weights, and I was doing weight reps with my jaw. The next year I won. I set the record at 34 years that year. And a couple of years ago, I finally finished up my record with corn, which is a standing record right now of 46 years and 12 minutes, which nobody's come close yet. And that's all because of the job. I was doing my training. But I'm 51 now, and my eating career is, you're probably going to read my official notice that my eating career is done. I am retiring. I got to get back, you know, get back to the shape that I used to be in. But there's a lot of things that I still want to do. And right now, I'm a food service director. I'm always surrounded by food all the time. Whether I'm cooking it, you know, whatever. I'm a food service director for the Meals on Wheels program in Northern Kentucky. But now I'm going to have extra time not competing. So I thought about what talents do I have that I could use to help something or somebody somehow. And what I came up with is I founded an organization called NOAH, Know an American Hungry. And it's designed to raise awareness, raise food, raise money for the hungry in any way I can. And one of the ways I'm going to be doing it is organizing, producing, and promoting competitive eating contests. Sounds, that's what I know. So, I mean, with all that stuff that I've learned and everything in life that I've learned, you know, it has taught me one important lesson. And this is what I will always remember and always go by, that the hunger from inside can only be satisfied from inside. Thank you.
Well, first I'm going to start off with a little card trick. It's not a very popular trick, but I really love this trick. And it requires the use of not one, not two, not three, but all four aces. You see, I'm going to place the aces in a row like this, so that the first card of every pile is now an ace. You have the spades, the clubs, the hearts, and the diamonds. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 cards, they're indifferent cards, it doesn't really matter what they are, from the top of the deck and place them on top of each ace. So now the piles contain 4 cards, one of which is an ace. Well, I'm going to stack them up like this. So the aces are always on bottom of the piles. If I can pick up the card. There it is. The aces are always on bottom of the piles. And now, as you can see, all of the aces are separated by 3 cards. I can cut the cards. And actually, I could have someone else cut the cards as many times as they want. But it doesn't really matter because after the end, I'm going to deal them back out into 4 more piles. Now, you saw that all the aces were separated by 3 cards, but, however, they have all come back to 1 pile. In this pile, there are no aces at all. In this pile, no aces at all. And in this pile, there's no aces. However, there's 1 more pile where all 3 aces, all 4 aces actually, they're separated by 3 cards, came to the same exact pile. Thank you. Now I'm going to do something a little bit bigger, and I'm going to need a participant. You see, I brought something that is very manly. Yes, very manly, very tough.
Okay.
You're a big man, aren't you?
Okay.
Well, let me reach into my bag of tricks and pull out the manly hobby. I present to you the coloring book.
Oh, that is awesome.
Now, this coloring book, I just bought it for you today. It's completely black and white pictures. I haven't used it yet.
Okay.
But what fun is a coloring book if it's not colored in?
Okay. Not very much.
Well, what I need you to do is help me color those in with
Okay.
magic.
All right.
So what I want you to do is pretend that you're holding a crayon or marker in your hand, just like this. Just hold it like this.
Not usually how I hold it, but I can do that.
All right, well, hold it
It's a
however
big
you want.
crayon,
Yeah,
man.
that's a big crayon. That's a big crayon. Now, just color it all in. Color it all in. Oh, I know, you're such a big man. You're too tough to color.
Do it all the time.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I
Watch
love it.
cartoons too.
Now, watch this. You colored in every single page.
That's cool.
All the pages are colored in. However, I need to show this trick to the next person that wants to see this trick, so we need to get those colors out of there. So you're going to help me with that too. I'm going to pull out my magic wand, which ironically is made out of a hanger and some paper. Shows how professional I am.
That's okay. We got the tree back there.
So what I want you to do is take the wand, wave it a
How
little bit.
manly is this?
Yeah, very manly.
Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if you got all the colors out of
I think
there.
I broke my hip.
Whoa.
Took too much.
Yeah, you certainly did take all the colors out of there, including the black outlines. You know what? Go ahead and try it again. Just
I'll
wait.
do it a little bit manlier that time. there we go.
Whoa.
Went too far, didn't we?
Yeah. Now all the pages are back in color. Well, it certainly isn't good. You see, we still need to get the colors out of there. So what I want you to do is pretend that you have an eraser in your hand
All
this
right.
time.
Back
Hold
to
it
this.
however you want.
Big eraser
whatever.
again.
Yeah, big eraser.
Two-handed.
It's one of
We'll
those
do it like
jumbos.
that. Yeah.
And just erase all the color out of there.
There we go.
Let's see how you
Almost
did.
knocked it out of your hand. Sorry about that.
Did you erase all the colors again?
I hope I did.
Even the black outlines?
I hope I didn't do that.
All right, well, let's see.
There we go. We got it. All right.
All right, thank you.
All right, hey, what's going on? I'm sitting here with Ben Clare. He's a 17-year-old magician, and we just saw his act. How you doing, buddy?
Good?
Good?
Yep.
That's awesome. So, we just saw your act. Did a lot of, did some card tricks. How long you been doing it?
Well, my first public performance was about 2 years ago, but I've been practicing for about 3 years.
About 3 years.
Yeah.
So you said your first performance was actually at the Taste of Blue Ash, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big deal around here.
Yeah.
So you pretty nervous?
Yeah, a little bit, but I had a professional magician. His name was Matthew Bryan Taylor.
Okay.
I had him there the whole day tutoring me and sort of helping me along there.
So made it a little less nerve-wracking, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You've done like it says the Oakley holiday celebration.
Yeah, that was this past around Christmas time actually. Is like December 6th. went around walking around to a bunch of people showing them little tricks.
And doing street magic, basically?
Yeah, I got paid a good sum of money for that, too.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You're probably making more than I am right now. I do tricks and nobody cares. Different kind of tricks. Then it says like Elder. You go to Elder, obviously,
Yeah.
right? So you did the talent show?
Yep.
Did you win?
Oh, it actually wasn't a competition.
Oh, okay.
It's just everyone did an act and just sort of showed off.
Sucks.
Yeah.
You know,
I might have won.
you might have won
Might
if
have.
there was anybody judging.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool, man. So, like, who's the person you look up to in this? Like, who's your favorite?
Well, probably Chris Angel. Have you ever heard of him? He's on TV.
Yeah,
Chris
Mind
Angel.
Freak. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw his show, well, 3 years ago, obviously. I saw his show, and I was like, wow, it's really cool. I want to know how to do that. So he's pretty much been the one magician that I look up to.
Did you, were you one of the kids that ran out and bought that kit when it came out? Did you get one of those?
Yeah, I actually have one of those. I got it for Christmas.
I was going to get my son one, and then I was like, you know what? I really don't want him, experimenting on me. Like, I was just afraid, like, once I got the kit, it was going to be like a box and a saw, and I'd come in and, like, I'd have 9 kids instead of the 3 I originally had. So it kind of worried me a little bit. But that's like, I've got kids, and they're really into magic, and they like David Blaine.
Yeah.
Like, that's the guy they like. Do you like him?
Yeah.
Well, Chris Angel and David Blaine are like the two, you know what I mean, that everybody knows now,
Right.
other than like Copperfield and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So,
Yep.
what's your goals with this? I mean, how far do you want to go? Do you want to be like that? Is that what eventually you want to do?
It's a possibility. I'm not sure. I think I might go to college after high school. Not sure, but yeah, this is definitely an option for a career.
I mean, you're 17. You got, you know what I
got some
mean?
time. Yeah.
He's got all the time in the world.
Yep.
So you might want to be a stand-up comic.
Maybe.
No, you don't. Honestly, but no, that's like I know a couple magicians. I got a good friend, Brendan Yancey. He's a comedian. Well, he's a magician first, and then a comedian. He also does some like escape stuff. You know,
Yeah.
like with the and he does fire eating also. Have you ever thought about doing any of that, or is that a little?
Yeah, that's a little extreme for me.
Well, yeah, you really ain't got any facial hair yet. So right now, if you wanted to try it, would probably
Yeah.
be the safest time. You know, I'm sure your dad would be a little worried, you know, doing that, especially in the house. Flammable. If you ever do want to do it, I have lots of flammable stuff in my house. You can use.
Wow.
Yeah, some of it's legal.
Some of it.
Some of it. So, you said you're going to college. What do you want to be? I mean, if this doesn't work, because right now is this just more of a hobby, or
Yeah,
is it
pretty much.
it's just something you like to do on the side?
Yeah.
What do you really want to do? Like,
Well, I think I want to do something with entertainment. You know, maybe I'm a really good writer. I make small video games for the computer.
oh, okay.
And obviously I do this. So I think it's going to be something more based on entertainment.
Okay. Well, you can tell you're a really intelligent kid the way you talk and everything. That's cool. What kind of games do you get into? Like
Pretty much everything.
just anything?
Yeah.
That's see, I always I play sports games because see, when I was a kid, that's all I did was want to play sports. Well, then I realized I was fat and white and I couldn't play any sports, so you know I would go and play the video games, and that's where I got from there. Like strategy games and things like that, I've never got into, or even like the war games. Like, is it
Call of Duty.
Yeah, stuff like that. I never got into it because I get lost. Like, you know what I mean? I'm the, right here. I'm like, I have trouble panning around the room. You know what I mean? And when I'm doing it in a 3D world, it's even worse. So it's like I tried to play with my son and had the stone grenades, and it took me like 20 minutes to realize I'd killed myself, and the game was over. So, but that's where you want to go to college?
Probably somewhere around here.
Local?
I'm thinking UC or somewhere like that.
That's cool, man. So if this doesn't pan out, some kind of entertainment, as you see with this show, definitely need good writers in the world. You know, this is kind of all just hand signals here.
Yeah.
Like, come on, think of something. Okay, cut, edit. That's kind of the way we do it. So. Well, I was really impressed by your magic. I hope it works out for you and you're able to, you know, keep doing it. It'd be great if you're able to do it for a living.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I could do the stuff I do for a living. Don't make a living. But yeah, I wish you all the best luck, man. I was really happy to have you here today. Hope everything works out for you in the future, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
You can tell when Chad's getting aggravated because the TV comes on, then it cuts right back out. See, right now he's pissed.
That's him telling us to hurry up. Let's go. Come on. Okay.
It's all right, man. You'll have time to watch Oprah.
He fades it back up.
All right.
Is the other one working?
Damn, Angelo. He faded it back in because we were ready. We said we were ready, and you're like, "Is the other one working?"
Yeah, I was like,
Joe had that.
why is that funny? Why is silence funny?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just our facial expressions, I guess.
Thanks for tuning in to this
Did not know we were airing in India now.
That's what I thought too when I said it. How?
Damn. What's going on here?
In this segment, Ralph fucks with his hair. In this segment, you see how bad Ralph fucked up his hair.
Yeah, no shit.
In this segment, Ralph is cornholio.
That was awesome. Perfect timing.
My mic felt funny. Actually, what it did was I moved and it rubbed across my
Why don't you
nipple.
at least like his...
Come on. What do you want? What the hell happened to your hand?
Where?
That ginormous hole.
Right there?
Why do you have midget thumbs?
Talking about that right
Dude,
there?
I've never noticed your... yeah.
Locker bit me.
I've never noticed your thumbs. You had the world's smallest thumbs, dude.
Thumbs up.
It's boy. Midget thumb.
Is it any longer now?
Oh, God.
Is it any longer now? I knew you'd love that.
Oh, my God. That made everything hurt. Did you just see that? Did you hear it? Ugh.
Please tell me you got that sound on there.
Ugh.
That was great.
That made my spinal cord move. That was foul. And we screw up a lot, especially when we're doing taping. Do that again. Why would it matter if it was without us taping? That was ignorant.
No. What you do is you say, why is he always smiling? Because it's a cardboard cutout.
It's an awful thick cutout.
Ding ding. Oh, come on.
All right, welcome back to What's Good Cincinnati. I don't know. That's my actual god name. Okay. Hey, and welcome back. I'm your host, Joe Lunsford.
I'm Ralph Hoover.
And we have a lot of fun in the studios. We goof around a lot.
By the way, this is What's Good Cincinnati.
Yeah. I said studios, too, like there were 7 of them.
Tune in next week to see what kind of crazies. That's almost good.
Time in the day,
Okay.
Oh, you're not wanting it, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Here. Beast.
Queer. Thanks for tuning in. Shit.
Little devil, aren't I?
for tuning in for another episode of What's Good Cincinnati. Make sure you tune in again next week. You never know what kind of crazy fun things we're going to have going on. And if you want to know any more about any of our guests or venues that we have on our show, make sure you log on to www.ren-productions.com or search us on Facebook at Ren Pro. Thanks again, and until next time, take care.